Hello, my name is Daniel Mullany, and behind the camera is Caitlin Yates. Today we are filming a video source inspection for SciTech Process Solutions. Here we have a fully refurbished 4300S semi-tool spin rinse dryer. This system is a single stack system capable of running up to high profile 8-inch substrates. This system is shipping within the United States to California, and our customer's PO number is 193828-RG. Okay. So this system is a 4300S, meaning it is capable of running 8-inch substrates with a high profile cassette. It is also upgraded with our digital touchscreen controller. It also has resistivity monitoring, anti-static, which is a static eliminating component in the chamber, and DI recirculation to prevent bacteria growth. This is not our customer's rotor. This is just a demo rotor for the source inspection. The actual cassette type that will be used in this lab has not been determined yet, so we will be back ordering the rotor. However, in this circumstance, we have a full boat of 8-inch wafers in a low profile cassette. And we're good to go. So our first step here is going to be a rinse step. Rinse is going to be about 500 RPM and it will be for 45 seconds. This is a low RPM rinse to really just quality control the quick dump rinse from a wet bench. The next step will be purge, where we'll ramp up to 1800 and purge any remaining DI water out of the DI manifold. Following that, we'll move into our high RPM dry one, where we're going to sling the majority of water off of our rotor, cassette, and substrates. That's going to be about 1800 RPM, and again, the idea is to physically sling as much of the water off as we can. Following that, we're going to move into dry 2, where we ramp back down to the original 500 RPM set point, and we're going to dry there for about 3 minutes, really letting the heating elements of the system provide a nice uniform dry so your substrates are ready for the next step in your device manufacturing process. So, as I mentioned, we are now in dry 1, and we're ramping up to our high RPM set point. Every SRD refurbished by SciTech goes through the same extensive rebuild process. First, we're going to take an SRD and we're going to break it down to the component level. We're going to electropolish and chemically clean all the metal. We're going to clean and replace all the poly as necessary, and we're going to rebuild almost every component in the system. The only ones that not being rebuilt are the ones that cannot be, which would be heaters or sensors. Those sensors are tested and replaced as needed. Once the system has been prepped, we will build it up to the single head assembly first. So inside this poly cabinet and the metal frame, there's just a head assembly that has the bowl, the motor, sensors, heaters, everything like that. We're going to build the head up on its own, and we're going to send it through its own set of quality control. That's going to be what we call our dry quality control that ensures that the head is set properly, the motor is spaced right, the system is electrically sound, the heaters ohm out properly, and that the tool is entirely labeled correctly. Once we complete our dry test, we're going to move into our wet test, where we hook it up to full facilities, and there we're going to ensure that the flow rate is proper with the DI, the flow rate is working properly with the nitrogen, and that the system is able to actually correctly process substrates. From there, we will set the head into the final configuration. In this circumstance, it's a standalone single stack system. Other options might be a tabletop model or a double stack system, but in this case being a standalone. Once we have the system set in the standalone cabinet, we're going to send it through another set of quality control, really just ensuring that there were no adjustments to the head assembly or the system during the mounting process. Typically there are no issues there, but occasionally when setting a system into the chassis, some adjustments may happen to the head assembly, and we address that at that time. Once the system is ready for shipment, we will first film a video source inspection. This is what Caitlin and I are performing right now, and we will upload it to the web for our customer to view and approve prior to shipment. Okay, So right now we have 225 seconds left of dry 2 before we'll be completed with this process cycle. This is plenty of time for these substrates. If I was designing a recipe for use in the fab, I would address the dry times to see how short I can make it to optimize the system. In this circumstance, my guess is that this chamber will actually be dry with maybe a minute to spare, but we're going to still let the process run its course and complete as normal. In addition to the refurbishing of the SRD, SciTech now also offers our digital touchscreen controller upgrade. This is a fantastic upgrade for any SRD system. It really does an excellent job of taking a basic technology of spin rinse drying that has been tried and true for 30 plus years, actually probably 40, 50 plus years at this point, and allows the functionality of the already proven process of having a bowl, having a brushless motor with a labyrinth seal assembly, having an upright capability. All of those basic features work fine with the hardware, but the control system was outdated. So SciTech developed a new controller for the system that has many benefits that are great for the fab and are long-lasting over the years. My personal favorite benefit is the nitrogen purge saving feature on the controller. What the controller does is it intelligently turns off the nitrogen waste when the system is in idle. As we found out from doing market research, most systems are idle for about 90% of the time. So we're cutting off a wasted nitrogen purge from 90% of your system's idle time. With this head assembly, depending on our customer's N2 cost, I approximate that will total about $3,000 a year in saved nitrogen. So that is just an excellent feature for the controller. The controller also has the ability to monitor the heaters more intelligently, as well as the anti-static unit. Essentially, we monitor the power consumption of those components to give us better feedback onto their health, and allows for the controller to monitor whether they have failed or not. The controller also has data logging, so now you can use a laptop to pull historical data off of the controller and understand what's happened to your system, how many alarms have we had, how many process recipes have we had, how are my operators interacting with the system on an aggregate level, what is my mean time to failure, a whole variety of benefits for being able to monitor evaluate and compile historical data in that sense. Excuse me. So there are other benefits to this, including maintenance mode, its ability to design recipe, and a variety of others. All of that can be found in further by reviewing one of our brochures, or by seeing another one of our video source inspections uploaded to YouTube that goes a little more in depth into the controller and really shows how every single one of those features works one at a time. So I please encourage you to take a look at those if you have more interest in this. The controller is not only able to be installed when we refurbish a system, but is also easily retrofittable in the field. This is the same footprint as the standard 101 controller for semi-tool, and we have all the same connectors in the back. So you simply remove your current 101 and replace it with our touchscreen controller, hook up the cables, and run a couple runs so the controller starts learning about the health of your motor and amp. It'll self-calibrate, and you're running. So it could not be an easier retrofit and upgrade to your SRD. All right, and now we have completed our dry cycle. So the system will break down to 0 RPM. Now the door seal will release. We have a blue light indicator letting us know that the process is completed successfully. Now opening the chamber. System means it's now in idle. Here we have the substrate and cassettes. They're warm, dry, ready for the next step in the manufacturing process. And I reach into the chamber to feel, and both of the heaters are purging hot, letting me know that this process operated properly, not just by what the controller's reading, but just the physical feeling as well, knowing how the system operated. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view our video source inspection for today. Again, this was filmed by Daniel and Caitlin. If you'd like to learn more about our company or our products, please visit our website at www.scitechprocess.com, spelled S-I-T-E-K, refurbishmentprocess.com, or give us a call at 916-797-9000, and to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Thank you very much and have a great day.